What's up? Where do I want to... Here, right here. Right here is where I want to be. I don't want to be on my logo. You guys like my new logo? I'm here. RC3 Entertainment is here. This is Rob, and we are live with Super Smackdown. So I was wondering what Super Smackdown was, and turns out it's because the Super Bowl's on Fox, and yeah. And they wanted to be Super Smackdown for the Super Bowl. Okay, WWE, whatever you say, it's fine with me. Let's talk about this episode of Smackdown. So, we kick it off. Reigns and the Usos cut a promo. Dude, I forgot how much I love the Usos promos. They cut the best promos. I love their style. I love the way they work together. You know, I think their promos are amazing. Usos, thank you. Thank you for cutting great promos. Hold on, I want to add something to this because I don't like one thing. I want the logo back. It's back. It won't take up the whole thing. Actually, I can move this down, and then I can take up the whole thing. Because branding is key. How about that? Now we've got the screen full of stuff. Anyways, enough messing around. Anyways, it turns out that they're coming out here. They're challenging Baron Corbin, Ziggler, and Rude to a match, and the loser is going to eat dog food. So we can only pray. You know what? I can excuse the dog food. The second time we've done the same thing. First time we did it with Roman. Now we're going to do it with Baron. I can excuse it as long as you can promise me that this is the end of this feud. Roman's going to get his comeuppance. Corbin's going to eat the dog food, the thing that kicked off this whole thing. And now we're going to get rid of this feud. This feud is gone. Okay? Okay, WWE? You got that? This feud is done. That's it. It was a good feud. It was fine. This is it. If you go any further than this, you've messed up. Moving on to the next segment. Heavy Machinery versus Lucha House Party versus Revival versus Miz and Morrison for a shot at the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. Otis is the best thing in pro wrestling. Period. He is so entertaining in the ring. I love Otis. I want to go on a date with him on Valentine's Day. Otis is amazing. Thank you, Otis, for being amazing. He comes out, they do their thing. Otis hits him with a caterpillar, whatever, and then Miz and Morrison end up getting the win at the end. And, as much as I love Otis, this was the right choice. Miz and Morrison deserve this win, and they immediately bring more credibility to the SmackDown Tag Team division. So this was the right choice. Good job, WWE. Good job. Good choice. Thank you. Then we cut to the backstage after this, and Otis is spitting his game, and he scores a date with Mandy Rose on Valentine's Day. How about that? So we get to see Otis and Mandy Rose, a date segment on Valentine's Day. Who's going to crash that? Corey Graves? I don't know, but he's got a date. I'm going to watch SmackDown for the next 2 weeks to see where that goes. Good job setting up future shows. Thank you. Fire and Desire versus Bliss Cross. Twisted Bliss. Whatever you want to call them. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Simple match. Bliss Cross gets the win. We need more women's tag teams. Isn't Alexa and Nikki who Kabuki Warriors won the titles from in the first place? Like, if you're going to have women's tag team feuds on WWE TV, you gotta have more than just a couple of teams on each show. You gotta have a full division on each show. I'm not gonna say a full division, but you at least gotta have like 6 teams, 5 teams on each show. It seems like on SmackDown, all we got is Fire and Desire and Alexa and Nikki. And then when the Kabuki Warriors decide to show up, you have them. And then on Raw, you've got like Charlotte and Becky, who aren't even a tag team. They're just 2 people that team up sometimes. You've got the Kabuki Warriors. You've got hell, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Like, I can't even think of the teams right now because there's not any. Yeah, we've got to fix that. We've got to do something about that. We got to get some teams. Like, you got plenty of women out there that need something to do. There's so many women on NXT that look at all those women in the Royal Rumble that you didn't even recognize when they got out there. Just put them in a tag team and build them up. You know, you don't have to have 2 stars. People come in as tag teams. Look at the Rockers. Look at the Hardys. Look at Edge and Christian. Look at the Dudleys. People make their careers as a tag team, which means they can build themselves up as a tag team. You can start as a tag team. You don't have to make yourself 2 stars and then put them together and say, oh, here's a great tag team. No. Just give us some tag teams and build them up. Build the division just like you do all your other divisions. We got to get some more women. Not women singles, women tag teams. Like, legitimate tag teams. Then we'll get to the good part of the show. IC title match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Braun Strowman. You know, Nakamura didn't really do anything with the Intercontinental title. And I thought that previously we'd had some good runs with the title before Nakamura. And I thought that when he won it, it was going to end up being a big deal because of this thing with Sami Zayn. And it didn't. They didn't do anything with it. So this was really cool. And I would like to think that with Strowman winning it heading into WrestleMania, that it's going to make a really big difference going into WrestleMania. You know, maybe we can get a big match with Strowman, involving Strowman, at WrestleMania for the title. Maybe Tyson Fury, maybe, you know, somebody huge to make this Intercontinental title seem like a big deal. That's what I need. That's what I want. That's what I need. So they're backstage. Nakamura's sad that he lost his title. Sami Zayn's throwing a fit over it. And then all of a sudden you hear Elias's guitar strumming. Cesaro comes out to the ring and gets his ass beat by Elias. This was dumb. This was stupid. Cesaro, I'm sorry, dude. If you would have asked me like 5 years ago, so when the Shield was really popular, right? Before they broke up, when they were like mega popular. If you would have asked me who my 2 favorite wrestlers were, it would be Roman Reigns and Cesaro. That was my 2 favorite wrestlers in the whole company. You know, Roman's still relevant, even though I didn't know all we were going to go through with Roman, with everybody starting to hate him, getting cancer, and then everybody loves him again, and now they kind of iffy on him again, or whatever. I don't know why you hate Roman again, because they haven't done anything with him since he got back. But anyways, this isn't about Roman. This is about Cesaro. Dude, I'm sorry that they've done this to you. I'm sorry that you even still work for the company. I usually criticize guys for leaving WWE, you know, unless they have a plan afterwards. But Cesaro, dude, you've got to go. Like, WWE Vince McMahon does not like you. And you're too old to wait it out. Like, we don't know. This dude might be here another 30 years. We don't know how much longer Vince McMahon's going to be in charge. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Cesaro. It looks like you're just never going to get the push you deserve, and oh well. Sheamus versus Shorty G. This is why I can't watch weekly WWE, or not me. I mean, I watch it because it's my job. But why normal people can't watch WWE programming on a weekly basis. Because you give away the same matches every week. Like, we just saw this match at the Royal Rumble. And this isn't like the old days where it's like, oh, big pay-per-view rematch that if you didn't pay $60 last night, you didn't get to see, and now you get to see it. No. everybody sees the Royal Rumble. Like, over 2 million people, I think, have a WWE Network subscription. And 2 million, a little bit, like, less than 3 million watch SmackDown. So almost everyone that watches SmackDown probably saw the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is one of the biggest shows of the year. You probably had people that haven't seen a show in 2 years decide they want to watch the Royal Rumble because it's a big show. So why? And not only that, even if you don't have the WWE Network, you can watch the pre-show on freaking YouTube. Why do we need to see these matches again? It's so stupid. So dumb. Like, Sheamus versus Shorty G again? You couldn't have come up. The feud's over, dude. Once you have a match at a Big Four pay-per-view, the feud is over. Stop giving us the same match. That's why nobody watches every single week. That's why your ratings go down instead of up on a general basis. You know, you can spike a few ratings here and there. This is so dumb. This is the stupidest. Between this, your women's tag team titles, and that's the only thing that's been bad on this show. And dog food. But I don't hate the dog food. I mean, I just think it needs to end. And Cesaro being freaking useless. I mean, come on, WWE. You've got to get creative. You can't just bury everybody. It gets worse from here. Naomi comes out with a ball on her head. She has a disco ball on her head. And it's just lighting up, playing light shows on her face. Like her whole head is just in a disco ball. I don't need to see Bayley versus Naomi for the 37,319th time. I don't think I realized until I went live tonight how much I hated this episode of SmackDown. When I turned it off, I was fine with it because I thought the Heavy Machinery, Miz and Morrison, that match was good. And I thought that the main event was good. And I thought that Braun Strowman was good. Ooh. Oh. So that was good aspects of this show. But Jesus, man. Jesus. Main event time. Usos and Roman Reigns versus Corbin. King Corbin. And Rudolph. Corbin and Rudolph. Loser eats dog food match. Whatever. You know, I thought this stipulation was overplayed, and I was not really looking forward to it going in. It was clearly just like chili or like just slop. Like it wasn't like disgusting dog food. It was just something to eat. I mean, it was probably gross to have it dumped all over you, but whatever. Sorry that if you just noticed me playing with that piece of hair. I just saw it on the live stream, and I just realized how stupid I looked. But I mean, the match itself was good. The Usos, I'm just so glad they're back. God, I love the Usos. The Usos are so good. It ends with Roman Reigns pinning Baron Corbin. All three of them team up together. They handcuff him to the thingy, to the ring post, and they don't really feed him the dog food, but they just dump it all over his head, like two big giant pots. You know, the most impressive part of this was when Roman Reigns picked up the big pot of dog food. It was like this huge pot. It was like the size of like his chest and up to his head area, and he just picked it up and dumped it over top of him. I thought he was gonna drop it. Like that looked like that had to have been like 200 pounds that he was just dumping on Corbin's head, full of chili or dog food, whatever. So I don't know. I don't think I hated this SmackDown. Like I said, I know I just said I hated it a second ago. I don't think I hated it. I think what I hated was it's late. Sorry. Let me finish my thought and then I'll talk about my life a little bit. What I hated was the fact that they're just mistreating talent when you have three big brands. Like, you have 3 full-sized brands of WWE television. You have 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 7 hours of live TV. You have 205 Live. You have NXT UK. You have this. You have that. You have main event. You have live shows. You have everything. You have so many shows. So much TV that you can put these guys on, and you don't treat them well. Like, you just treat them badly. You just let them job out to Elias. You just put Naomi instead of bringing up somebody new, or like Shayna Baszler or somebody new. You just put Naomi in there with the disco ball. Whatever, guys. So that's SmackDown. Yeah, so the reason I'm so tired is, I wake up, I get up at 6 a.m. every day, and I'm going to be changing that very soon. Hopefully I'm getting a new job where I'll be starting at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at the earliest. So that will change my schedule, and I'll also be going back on the gaming channel after WrestleTalk. I'll be going live on the gaming channel more than I have been, because I'll be able to stay up later. I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock. Like, usually I get off of WrestleTalk, I go straight to bed. That's why I'm tired. But anyways, how about George Barrios and Michelle Wilson? How about them apples? So WWE comes out on Thursday, I want to say. Thursday or Friday. Thursday. And they just randomly released this big statement that they fired their chief financial officer and their chief revenue officer, their CFO and their CRO. So for those of you that don't know, WWE executive management consists of Vince McMahon, I'm not in the screen, Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, Paul Levesque, Triple H, Michelle Wilson, and George Barrios. Those are your 5 big executives in WWE, and 2 of them they just fired. They just got rid of 2 of them. Like, see you later. They're just like, yeah, board of directors has decided to go in a different direction, and they weren't nice in the public statement. Like, they gave them a big long paragraph, and they thanked them for everything they did. But you think about chief financial officer and chief revenue officer. They scored them what's rumored to be $1 billion deal with Saudi Arabia, $1 billion deal with SmackDown, somewhere close to $1 billion deal with USA for Raw. We're gonna find out tomorrow how much they get paid for NXT. They've launched the WWE Network and gotten 2 million subscribers. Like, they have made a ton of money for this company. Way more money than they ever made. They probably made more money this year than they did at any point in WWE history. All the years combined leading up to when George and Michelle Wilson got there. So something must have happened. I'm scared to know what this financial call is going to sound like. I don't know if it's their fault. I don't know if they're just blaming them, if they're going to take the fall to hope their stock, can save grace a little bit. But their stock went down like $12 a share immediately as soon as they announced this. So, the earnings call might be scary this week. We'll see. I'll definitely be tuning in myself. So if you guys care about that kind of stuff, you might want to check it out. The WWE earnings, George Barrios and Michelle Wilson just poof, gone. I don't know if they're refilling the positions. I forgot what the statement said. I read it at the time. But, geez, they're just gone. 2 of that 5, like 40% of your executive management team, poof, gone. See you later. See you wouldn't want to be you. I don't know. You guys tell me. Where'd they go? Who's they going to replace them with? What are they going to do? So, that's all I got for tonight, guys. That's all I got. Until you guys start tuning in live and start asking me some questions, it's going to be hard to go 30 minutes every night just talking to myself. So I'm going to need you guys to tune in and ask a few questions. Come on, guys. Make it happen. This has been RC3. This has been WrestleTalk. Check me out on rc3entertainment.com. Become an RC3 Horseman at www.patreon.com/RC3ENT. Twitter and Facebook at RC3ENT. Don't miss out on the latest articles. This has been WrestleTalk. Thank you guys so much for watching. Rob's out. Good night.